Welcome back, folks. I am John Najarian, about to give you 3 at 3. Every business day, we try to deliver to you some powerful opportunities in the market. It's up to you to decide if those opportunities are compelling enough to get you to commit your hard-earned capital. Please don't do so until you understand the risks associated with any investment. Doesn't matter if it's treasuries or options. You need to understand how that instrument works, and we can help you with that. That's what Market Rebellion's all about. We have education. We also have subscriptions. So if you or some member of your family or friends would like to learn more, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. All right, let's do unusual activity, starting with yesterday we brought you TAN. This is the ETF put together by Invesco that has several solar stocks as part of it. And the reason that many of us like ETFs and hate them, quite frankly, at the same time, is that they smooth out the returns because you're basically not in the right church, wrong pew. That is a problem sometimes if you just picked 1 or 2 solar stocks and you didn't really pick the right ones. And again, we don't know which ones are the right ones until we get the returns. But if you're in the wrong one and 2 or 3 of them run and the one you picked goes down, well, that's right church, but the wrong pew. In the case of TAN or any ETF, you're getting a broader diversified offering, which means, of course, that it doesn't really jump 8 and 10% in a day as far as that underlying ETF, which means, of course, that the options don't generally move as fast either. However, every once in a while, you do pretty well. And this is one of those times because TAN, the solar ETF, was 48.17 yesterday. They were buying the upside 52 calls. And guess what? Stock's up almost $2 today, even though that's only a little about 0.75% move to the upside, 37 cents since yesterday's close. Nonetheless, it's up $2 from when we got in and when we showed it to you yesterday. So we're already in the money in our calls, and we are now laying out or selling upside calls against the calls that we bought. As you know, what I like to do is buy at the money right here and then sell an upside call. So that's what we're doing today on the rally. We are selling upside calls against the calls that we picked up earlier. How about this one? Also, just from 2 days ago, it was Roblox, and Roblox was $30.06. They bought nearly 1.1 million share equivalent of the 4250 calls with the stock trading at 30. So you guys know I don't chase those way out of the money calls. You can hit a home run with those, but I like hitting for average, not for home runs. So what I did was I bought 30 calls. And now I am laying out upside calls against those 30 calls. And hopefully I will roll up several times between now and November expiration. Or if it reverses and I've done those rolls, I would have pulled money off the table. But again, take a look. I put that little bar in the middle here to show you that at this time of day, the Dow is down 3 points. NASDAQ's higher by 50, which is about 0.4%. The Russell is down about the same 0.4%, and the S&P is higher by 6. So it's kind of a mixed tape, I would say, and yet Roblox clearly outperforming up 3%, which means our calls, those 30 calls, are now $1.82 in the money. Plus, they're all the way out to November, so we have a lot of time. Bang! That's the way you do it, folks. Not every trade works out like that, but if they don't, I cut them, move on to the next one. In this case, I'm selling upside calls just like I was in TAN. All right, Pete and I will be at the Omni Champions Gate for the Money Show. We are keynoting at the Money Show. We are shipping 500 copies of our book down there to give them away to people that attend. We will be filming a new commercial as well for that new book. And we will be doing our keynote on the 30th, Monday the 30th, down at the lovely Omni Champions Gate. Check it out at moneyshow.com. All right, here's the three that we're talking about today. Run. Guess what they're in? Solar. Sun Run is the full name of the company. They bought calls that are just that far out of the money. Stock was $12.15. They're buying the 12.50s. So if you want to buy the 12s and then sell upside calls against it, or if you want to buy the 12.50s, sell upside calls against it as we move, that's the way I would play this. I can't pull the trigger for you. You have to decide what's appropriate. I can just tell you that this is fast time decay, folks, which I always say is deep end of the pool. GT, this is Goodyear Tire. GT, stock's $12.23, another $12 stock, and they're buying the 12 calls. So guess what? Those are 23 cents in the money. 23 cents in the money. You've got till November. They're buying those calls somewhat aggressively. 4,000 is 400,000 share equivalent. So would you rather spend $12 and own the stock, or spend $1.98 in fact, and have the right to buy it at 12 when they're 23 cents in the money already? I think you know which way I roll and why. Bang. Options give you leverage, just have to understand how to use it properly. All right, third and final trade today is Medtronic, MDT. 73.39, they're buying the 70 puts. So somebody's bearish on Medtronic. They're way out in December, so they have a lot of time to be right. Not a lot of time decay in these. It's strictly a downside bet or a protective bet. But when they buy 5,000, that's 500,000 share equivalent. Chances are the person buying these is pretty committed to a bearish look for the stock. So that's why they're buying those puts. I want a coattail on that, the same way I want a coattail on bullish trades to the upside. Bang. That's going to do it for us, folks. I would encourage you to check out marketrebellion.com/get started. Again, if you have a son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, your spouse, your partner, whatever, and they are interested in the market, they could get started. You could give it to them as a gift. marketrebellion.com/get started. They could learn about calls and puts. They could learn about everything from the very simplest strategies, covered rights, to more complicated strategies like iron condors and things like that. Whether they're beginner or advanced, we have something for them at marketrebellion.com/get started. We always have similar things to what I've showed you today. Depending on your level of commitment, how often you trade, you could see something that's one trade a week, one trade a day, 20 trades a day. We've got it all at Market Rebellion. Check it out, marketrebellion.com/get started. Thank you. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.